What's up guys, it's Saluson here, and today I'll be showing you the new and improved Infinite Stasis Turret build 3.0. So let's get into the video. So with this build and what has changed with it, considering it's been quite a considerable time since the last one about this build, is me playing around with more of the artifact mods and some of the new seasonal artifact mods we got as well. So a lot has changed from that, and new weapons we got as well. We got two new weapons that can roll headstone and demo on the same weapon, so which makes the build very more interesting and more fun. So let's get started with the main core of this build aspects. Bleak Watchers. Bleak Watchers is what makes the Stasis Turrets. How does it make the Stasis Turrets? Well, if you hold down the grenade, hold your grenade, should I say, for a certain period of time, and then throw it, you'll make a Bleak Watcher, aka a Stasis Turret. These Stasis Turrets will shoot at slow projectiles at an enemy, and when it first hit them, it will slow them, then with an initial hit, it will freeze them, which is very good in high-end content where you need to crowd control areas. And with these season artifact mods we got, this will be a breeze for endgame content. And with that, being able to slow and freeze, obviously with slower, that will do overload, and with the freeze, it will do unstops when you shatter the targets. Don't forget about that. So it can theoretically do 2 champion mods, meaning you only need to bring an anti-barrier weapon. I mean, this season, that's not all good. There's not really much good options because it's sidearms and whatever other weapon it is. So, how do we make this more effective? Well, good job you ask. What makes this build work better is the exotic gauntlets for the warlocks, Osmian's gloves, as this is the only one that can hold 2 additional grenade charges for a setting of grenade, the cold snap grenade. So meaning you'd have 2 stasis turrets stored on you at a time when you get your abilities recharging, as this is really good to have, as you can crowd control more areas and you can start the process of getting your abilities back a lot faster, which is nice. What does help with this build is having at least at most 100 discipline, as with the more discipline you have, the more uptime you will have for your grenades coming back, as if you have, like, say at 30, it'll take longer to get your grenades back, whereas at 100 it takes less time. So it's nice to have 100, as you get your grenades back more frequently than having it as less. So if you need to focus stats for this build, go for discipline is your main one, and a nice one also to go for is resilience, as resilience is nice in this game, as max resilience gives you damage reduction, so it's nice for that. Or if you want to go to intellect or recovery, either of those works. Recovery is probably the second best option, because getting your wrist back is quite nice as well, so either or from resilience or recovery is your second pick for the stats. Now, the fragments of the build. This is what has changed a lot. So the fragments I use for this build are the following ones. Whisper of Shards. Shattering a stasis crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. Shattering additional stasis crystals increases the duration you benefit. This will get your stasis crystal back a lot more frequently, as you generate stasis crystals with this build with some of the seasonal artifact mods and the headstone weapon, which I'll mention after this, should I say. So yes, and it's not very, gets it instantly, it's good over time, and it's quite nice with if your stasis crystals far bit away, you can just blink it away, get your abilities back quite on the low. So yes, for that. Whisper of Hunger. Increase the melee energy gain from picking up Stasis Shards. Now, how do we generate Stasis Shards? That's one thing. Well, that's with the other aspect. Glacial Harvest. These and targets create Stasis Shards around the foot targets. Higher tier combatants create more shards. This is just nice overall, as this combos with like Whisper of Hunger, with making Stasis Shards. As getting Stasis, it's very nice, especially the shards. And what can you do with the Stasis Shards, and why does it help with your melees? Well, it helps with obviously melee, as it's an insta freeze, which is nice, as then you can instantly freeze unstops if you need to, or when you freeze a target with this build and kill it, you just generate, guess what, a Stasis Crystal. So it's great for that. The third fragment is Whisper of Conduction. Nearby Stasis Shards track to your positions, and it gives you plus 10 resilience and plus 10 intellect. This is a really nice one overall, because you don't need to move out of positions. Well, obviously when you kill them, it's frozen. This only affects when it's all in a nearby area, not across the map. The only weapon that can do that makes Stasis Shards comes across map is the Stasis Exotic Scout that came with Season of the Deep. That one, I forgot the name of it, but you will see on the screen. As obviously that exotic perk makes it happen with Stasis Shards. So yeah, this is more like a more close proximity area. So, but it's just nice overall to have. Whisper of Bonds. Defeating frozen targets generates an orb power. This is just nice, as you defeat enemies, you just get all the power back, get your super back more often, and all that. And also helps with armor charge mods, as we use the armor charge mods for this build, especially for one part of it. So it's quite nice for that. So with this build, and what weapons you should go for are the following ones. So if you're using legendary weapons in the kinetic slot or the energy slot, at least have a weapon with demolitionist, as demo allows you to get your grenade bats faster every time you get a kill, so it's nice for that. In the kinetic slot, if you've got a stasis weapon, make sure one has headstone on it, as I'll say headstone, it pairs with Whisper of the Shards. Also, when you're shouting it, you get a boost in your grenade recharge rate, so that's quite nice for that. But there is two weapons that can get both demo and headstone. One of them was in the seasonal event prior to this season, in Festival Lost. I've been Horror Story, which could run demo and headstone on it. But there's a weapon in this season, which is a special weapon, a pendant, which you can craft right now, that can run demo and headstone on it. You could use, so it's like Wicked Implement, as that slows targets, and after a certain period of time freezes them. And when you freeze enemy and you kill them, it spawns Stasis Crystal. This has headstone already on it, so it's both will do the same thing, as you will need to get a precision kill, as headstone you do. But it's nice for that. But there's one that has gone on the radar, and I've only realised that this is pretty good for this build. That being Traveler's Chosen. Now, why is Traveler's Chosen good? Well, but mainly it's its own perk, Gathering Light. Firing blows with this weapon grants stacks of Gathering Light. When you hold the reload button, it will consume the stacks, max stacks of 10, and which will grant melee and grenade and class ability energy for the number of stacks. Now, when playing this around, it's usually about 80% full, so you're pretty much around there, and when you're doing your ability regeneration and all that sort of stuff, you are pretty much in a good full loop of getting your grenades back really well. And we've also been Cyanide on the anti-mirror this season, this pairs well with that, so yeah. And it's a good weapon overall. So yeah, if you don't have Traveler's Chosen, the other options I said before are ideal. If if you have a demolition weapon in your energy slot, then use like a secondary, then use like a special weapon there. If that's being like a scatter signal, sniper rifle, whatever. But yeah, realistically, those weapons said, Traveler Chosen is like, if you can get it, because it will make this build 10 times better for grenade regeneration. So yes. Now, with the mods for this build and artifact mods, what you'll be using. So, the ones for the artifact mods that you will be prioritizing to use are the following ones. Hail of Storm, shattering encased targets and stasis crystals, deals increased damage. Shattering stasis crystals release shards of ice that damage and slow targets. This is just great for like a bit of stasis debuff overall. Just a nice one overall to have. It's, you do more damage to them and you have a chance of even slowing / freezing them if they're already slowed other enemies around you. Dragon's Bite, breaking patterns, shield with a strand or stasis weapon has a chance to suspend or freeze patterns. Just a nice one each overall. Pillar of Ice, defeating an encased combatant spawns stasis crystals. This is how this works. If you freeze them with the turret, you kill them, then you spawn the stasis crystal. Really nice. And encased is otherwhere to freezing, so there's also that to it. Wished into being, while your super is nearly full, ability, final blood, spawn, auto power. This is nice if you can get it off with your melee one, because it has potential of just killing them if they're frozen, or it's like low tier ads, so that's that. And yeah, that's like the main ones you should focus on. They mainly all the stasis ones, which are those 3. If you're using solo weapons, nice to pick up the solo ones this season, as they're quite nice. Especially the ones where, on your Radiant, if you can got a Radiant weapon, a solo weapon with getting precision kills, or rapidly kills, so that'd be Flint Striker, that will also get Radiant. You can pair that with Torch, while Radiant you deal increased weapon damage to combatants affected by Strand or Stasis debuffs. It'll make them just, you do more damage to them. So if you use solo weapons, you can do that with Radiant. And even if you use even become Radiant, you can come off of that weapon and go to your other weapon generation, your grenades with, so it pairs quite well with that. So yeah, realistically, if you got solo or Radiant weapons, just nice to just pair that with this build. So with mods, this build, ones you will want is obviously a siphon of what you'll be using, if that be kinetic, stasis, strand, whatever weapons you got, like the main perks as weapon for, so demo or headstone or anything that's good for regen. This works quite well with it. So, and you want to generate auto power just to increase your super time, and generate auto power for innovation, reduces rate cooldown each time you pick up auto power, so just get that rolling back faster. Also, to get armor charge for grenade kickstart, 2 of them, as it becomes more potent, as it does a fairly big portion of the amount of charges you have, and with even 2, it does a lot more charge. Fastball to throw them further. In the chest piece slot, I got a charge up for an additional charge to carry more. Just nice. Elemental charge. So when you pick up a stasis shard, has a chance to become an armor charge. So that's great. For any other the chest piece armor slots, either as reserves, your dampener mods, all that. It's nice. 2 bombers and then a reaper, so that any weapons just generate orb of power on your next. So yeah, realistically that's what you want. More focus is just getting your grenade recharge back, so that's the ideal bit. And also make sure you have, for stats, have discipline to 100 at least, because then it will have a quick, your grenade cooldown will be less. It'd be roughly about a minute or 1 second, really oddly, but I don't know why I spun through that. And then other like mods you could go into, intellect, strength, or even recovery to more your class abilities come back faster, or discipline or resilience, should I say. if you want to just have just higher damage reduction, which would be 30% at 100 resilience tier. So yeah, that is the build, and that is sort of the update to the Stasis Turrets 3.0 build, and it's a lot more insaner now with all the stuff that's been released, and with Art of Mods helping it. It is sort of changed the build around, and it's sort of like makes it more potent and a lot more spammy than before. So that will be fun, and taking into the coil was great, as that is sort of like a higher tier activity. As the more you go into it, the more higher the mobs are, and you just control the mobs fairly easy, especially the wyverns when you get into the higher tiers, as they will just demolish you. Being able to freeze them, keep them in control is nice. So yeah, and it will be great for GMs as well for this season, as it always has been. So yeah, so thank you for watching, and if you want me to do any more builds, let me know about the comments down below. Other than that, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.